This is Jonah Hill, and you're listening to the only podcast that matters.
Bro Gang, we are joined by the Don Dada of Dead Rolexes, Lauren Schlossman.
Yeah.
And myself, Jimmy Day Trader, James Harris. Welcome to the weekly Running of the Boys with today's full episode, only available on patreon.com/throwingfits. Lawrence, besides having a dead watch on your wrist, how you doing?
Just another day in paradise, dude. We spent the day together. This is now the second time we've done this in 3 weeks.
Yeah, are you purposely doing this to like get outside of the house and like away from your wife? Like, what is it? Why are you...
Save me.
Release it.
Well, I think that's part of it. You and I have spent so much time on the phone and or on Zoom.
Less of late, though.
Right. I was going to say in the past year that the fact that we are getting active, obviously doing this, but this is really only, well, depending on how much there is to talk about, how much riffing there is to do, how many bits we can create in the bit factory. This is an hour, right? This is an hour 15.
Let's say 45 minutes.
But I do like the idea of getting in a routine where you and I, the dynamic duo, the yin and the yang, the duality of man, we hit the streets and we wheel and we deal.
Yeah, what we do today, we shout out our guy, Angelo Urrutia.
Yeah.
He was one of our last guests before we went into lockdown.
Yeah.
Basically a year ago, we snuck into the Z German Bunker with our German mole who's no longer at Zabunka.
Does everyone know that we were recording at Highsnobiety after hours?
I think so.
Of course, everyone. If you didn't, now you know.
Did some fucking psychotic podcasting with Angelo, and then he launched 4S and is just, about to showcase. I guess it's like seasonless, but this is his second or third full collection.
It's definitely not seasonless because the whole motif on the tags was fall winter 21.
But I guess he's not subscribing to the typical like drop, 12 months ahead of time. Although I guess we were looking at
6. Do you understand how the fashion calendar works?
Showing a year ahead, dropping 6 months ahead.
Either way, we saw the homie and we ran into Tommy Ton, which was great. Maybe the cutest man in fashion.
We all get fitted for Tommy.
Yeah. We all get dressed for Tommy. That was cool. He noticed that I lost weight. He also noticed that I have no ass whatsoever.
Yeah, it's the Schlossman family curse.
The curse.
Zero Cakingtons.
No dumper.
Look at this. This man is a fucking flat line here.
Don't screen cap that. But that was nice. It was nice to see Tommy. And then, you
look like you see Soul, the Pixar movie Soul.
Of course I did. It was beautiful.
The fucking the agents up in like heaven and shit.
Sure. Oh, the wispy. Those guys. I'm like a wispy.
Yeah, you're 2-dimensional.
I'm a wispy 2-dimensional.
You got no ass.
We saw 4S Designs Fall Winter 21.
On our fashion
slappers only.
On our fashion sheet, just going around to showrooms, peeping collection,
and also
giving feedback,
right? And that was
taking pics,
and that's the thing that always
advising on social media.
Yeah, right. That's my favorite thing to do is you and I get in a room with someone and we're just brutally honest. Not in like that Angelo isn't an amazing designer. And I think his TF episode, one of the best we've done.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's definitely up there. And obviously that's all the credit goes to him because he's such an interesting guy with an amazing point of view. But like you and I are always like brutally honest when it comes to like personal branding and social media because we are just full-time shills, basically. Which this is, and it's funny that we're potting about some of the stuff we're potting about today because we just had that conversation. But do you have a favorite piece that you saw that the people can get excited for?
Oh my god, it might be these pants that he said is like his version of a tracksuit. That is because I guess with Angelo, it's all about fabric. Like that's where he starts.
100%.
Right? And I'm a fabric god. You see the Carol Baskin.
I'm the swatch god.
You're the swatch god. I'm the macro. I'm the vibes. You're the vibesman.
You're a vibes curator.
I'm a macro man. Good macaroni.
So it was that suit, that two-piece?
No, it wasn't the suit. It was just the pants because it was a two-piece, but the pants especially, the texture is so subtle. It was like this black on black, like the Tesla tonal floral.
Yeah.
But the outline of the petals was this like,
it was like
3D.
raised. It was like cut and raised.
Yeah, it was like a buzz cut. It was a fringe got buzz cut.
Yeah, it was wild. And then for me,
you love the coats.
Yeah. I was gonna say since you were so kind to not ask me what my favorite was. My favorite was
but you cut me off.
The morning coat, the polo coat. It's been a staple piece, I think, from Jump. every season, even in spring, he's doing it in interesting fabrications. The fall joint, I believe, is a wool cashmere blend, and you already know the personal order is just begging me. And the last thing I need is more coats, but that guy, god damn, it's perfect. It's a perfect coat. So shout out Angelo. Speaking of Johns, let's do a fit check. So why don't you start?
All right, I got Nike Drifties on the feet.
On brand drifts.
Yeah, the Drifties.
You purposely pulled out the brand ones because
no. I wore the high ones because it's fucking brick as shit.
Are the other ones not?
Those are like quarter length.
Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe they don't sell.
No,
drift.
I have drifty quarters, but
they make the technology in ankle socks.
Yeah, I just don't have them for whatever reason. I was always pulling out like the blank pairs.
Yeah, the trash.
The last few times you
the non-Gashi approved TJ Maxx specials.
I'm the people's champion. I don't have to be an elitist like you. These aren't Nike Elite.
Yeah.
And then I was wearing because are we past the paywall or not past the paywall? I can reveal the guest next week.
Got to pay for that.
But this man, his eponymous in-store line.
Well, people are going to figure this out in 1 second if you say what the you got to have. Damn, we don't have enough time. We can't
collaborated with Adieu, a Parisian shoe brand.
Yeah,
on some loafies, and I was wearing those, and they kind of fucked up my ankle because when we were talking to him, and I was like, "Yo, you collaborated with these guys, big gas," and I totally forgot that I flipped some expensive sneakers and have never worn these loafers.
Right,
that I got after flipping the sneakers.
You flipped the sneakers to pay for the loafers, but the loafers had been on ice up until today.
You know they call me Jimmy Day Trader for a reason.
Jimmy Johns, dude.
No capital gains tax on flipping sneakers.
No, not at all. Well,
and,
also, by the way, people are going to figure out. Well, do you think people will figure out who's the guest?
Let us know if you figured it out. Fucked up my ankle because it was the first time wearing them. On the ass, I got Tory Van Thompson, the two tones, my pants of the winter,
the Dickies,
boys,
the
Dickies, the upcycled joints. Shout out Tory's doing big things. Then I got the Needles mohair Schweta, caught from Kinfolk, RIP.
Damn.
With the Father Keith friends and family.
That Angelo can just immediately ID the season of like just by closing his eyes and just
if you wear
that's right.
if you wear any EG or sometimes any Nepenthes brand around Angelo, he can just ID it like the season.
Fall winter 16.
You bought this in the Tokyo store.
Yeah, right. Exactly. He's a savant.
A Palace Palace fucking peachy keen tea underneath.
Okay.
Which I'm surprised you didn't make fun of me when I took off. When I took this off.
Why would I make fun of it?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you so used to making fun of people for what they wear that you expect it to happen to you?
Yeah.
Well, maybe
it's a defense mechanism.
I was gonna say.
I wore this to Jonah Hill Day though, the first one.
Oh shit! So you've had that for a while then. Well, that would have been 2015,
16, 17.
I don't know.
Whatever. And then shout out Kevin from Fantasy Explosion with the best cap in the game right now.
Do you own a lot of Palace?
This and one Palace polo, the waffle knit t-shirt.
What was the motive? And I'm actually curious why. So you obviously you're not into Supreme, you're not into Type. Why did you buy those things when they dropped?
I don't know. I felt like Palace
is cool, by the way. I like Palace a lot.
I met Levin and interviewed him for Complex. He was such a funny fucking bloke that I just kind of like, and that's like same thing with Angel, right? Like if some of these designers or a lot of designers, you meet them and you just fall in love with like who they are and what they're creating.
Right.
And that kind of happened with Mike.
Mike.
And this is like such subtle branding that like.
Is there anything on the back? Triferg?
Nothing.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. So we're going to put the mic to my nipple.
Nice. Yeah.
That's it. And then the same thing with the polo shit. Like obviously the big fucking horsey pants.
That shit rocked though. That shit rocks.
Yeah, the big horsey pants were gas, but those sold out immediately. But the gray waffle knit thermal with the little neon like pastel horseyman on the titty, like
you own that?
Subtle.
That's your second piece? Really? Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen you wear that.
And I would love the Palace snakeskin loafers, but those are fucking...
those rock, dude.
Yeah, those rule.
The turquoise custom double P, the PP,
the big PPs.
Yeah, the custom P. Remember when we were making the loafers with Blackstock, we were talking about like, because obviously we're trying to track down the bits, and that was an example of, because I think you even said you had the big brain idea of like, yo, how much can we customize a bit?
Right.
We were looking for bits, but you're like, yo, and I was like,
the idea was
ever done a customized bit, and it was them.
The idea was, is there a handshake support the homies emoji that we can do to a bit? And that just would have fucking. We did everything we could to keep these loafers affordable.
Keep the price down. Buy.
The MSRP on these was like $350, and we're like, no, $295.
No.